series called Covert Female Narcissism. Many of you have probably heard of this, many of you may not have. And this is episode 1 on Covert Female Narcissists is the master title. Subtitle, The Narcissism No One Talks About. So this is episode 1. In this episode I establish the pattern most people miss. Narcissism that hides behind vulnerability, not dominance. You felt it, but you couldn't explain it. Nothing looked openly abusive, yet you were always adjusting, apologizing, second-guessing. You weren't dominated, you were being managed. That's how this covert narcissism works. And the most dangerous narcissist doesn't look powerful. She looks hurt. And this is where many men get deceived. You've already seen this. You've questioned yourself while protecting the covert female narcissist's image. Viewers, covert female narcissism does not control through force. We just got a siren going past. Hang on a minute, viewers. There it goes. Covert female narcissism does not control through force. It controls through emotional positioning. It doesn't overpower you, it reorganizes you. Teaching point number 1. Psychological layer. Covert narcissism replaces visible dominance with invisible influence. Write that down. The control is not direct. It is emotional, relational, and psychological. You are not told what to do. You are shaped into doing it. You adjust your behavior, adapt, modify, restructure. You anticipate emotional reaction. You preempt, soften, and avoid. You self-regulate to keep peace. You suppress, contain, and reduce yourself. And this leads to internal compliance, where you begin managing yourself to maintain her emotional stability. Teaching point number 2, viewers. The pattern hides behind vulnerability, making you misread control as sensitivity. Her distress becomes the center of truth, and your clarity becomes something to question. Number 1, you interpret emotion as truth. You assume, accept, and absorb. Number 2, you excuse behavior as pain. Bad behavior as pain. So you justify and rationalize and defend. Number 3, you doubt your perception. You question, reframe, and retreat from what your conscience is telling you. And this results in perceptual distortion. You start to distort what your mind's telling you, where her emotional state replaces objective reality. So stop. Just stop. Teaching point number 3, viewers. The physical outcome. Over time, your nervous system adapts to instability. You become alert, cautious, and reactive without knowing why. Your body registers what the mind keeps explaining away. Your body's registering it, but your mind's explaining it away. Number 1, you stay on edge. You suffer tension, vigilance, and nervous system alertness. Number 2, you feel mentally drained. Fatigue, fog, 3, you lose emotional stability. You become irritated, you withdraw, and inside you collapse. And this places you in a chronic stress where your body lives in a state of unresolved psychological pressure, trying to keep up with all the things that the covert female narcissist is causing to you to have to manage, to control the narcissist system, the matrix. And this is not about one emotional moment. This is about repetition, the same confusion, the same emotional pressure, the same reversal of blame, the same need to stabilize her, and it repeats. It's a pattern. It's a pattern, it's structure, it's not misunderstanding. It's pattern and structure. So let's look in the mirror. You weren't trying to control her. You were trying to keep her stable. And so where emotion becomes authority, reality is negotiated and control enters. This is how they get in. Where emotion becomes authority, the emotion of the narc now becomes the authority. Reality is negotiated and control enters in. Here's a scenario, viewers. You raise a simple issue. Instead of resolution, the covert female narcissist becomes upset. The conversation shifts. You end up apologizing, even though the issue remains and you never caused it. So there's a psychological layer to this. You begin associating truth with conflict and silence with peace. You compromise truth to maintain emotional harmony, mistaking peacekeeping for righteousness. And your body tightens before conversations. You anticipate instability before it happens. So let's reflect. When did you start adjusting yourself to keep someone else emotionally stable? Well, let's do a resistance check. Are you still calling this just sensitivity? Trying to work around the narcissistic abuse? Number 2, ask yourself, have you been protecting the covert female narcissist's image while losing your clarity? Number 3, is this pattern repeating and you're still explaining it as isolated moments? You're in denial. Number 4, do you feel responsible for how she feels? So let's do a root cause check. Number 1, are you confusing empathy with responsibility? The narc's responsibility. Instead of taking responsibility, they're using your empathy. Number 2, have you been trained to stabilize others at your own expense? Number 3, is your need for peace overriding your commitment to the reality of the narcissistic abuse? Number 4, do you equate conflict with failure? Every time the narc starts a conflict and it's unresolvable, are you making it your failure? So let's look at this. If nothing changed, how long could you keep living with the narc in this state? If nothing changed, how long are you going to last? Because in the back of your mind, you'll be asking yourself. So I want to ask you to do this. Write down 3 repeated situations where, number 1, you adjusted yourself to suit the narcissistic abuse. Number 2, the covert female narcissist became the emotional center. That means your senses had to be navigating the emotions of the narc. Number 3, the issue was never resolved. No matter what you did, the narc was able to roll on to the next issue, unresolved, unresolved, unresolved. Now, do not interpret any of this, just record the pattern and you'll see it's a loop. They just loop. So before I close, viewers, if you could encourage me, just like, subscribe, more importantly, educate me with your comments or help somebody else by sharing. I don't do this for money, I do it to help people. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub, theologist. Let me offer you a proverb. Better is the person who stands in truth with clarity than the person who bends in confusion to preserve a false peace. That's what the narc does. They create a system that lives in false peace. So in closing, viewers, if you continue to submit your perception to emotional pressure, the narcissistic abuse, you will lose clarity, stability, and ultimately mental direction. But if you name the pattern, narcissistic abuse, and hold your ground, you begin to restore order, truth, and self-command. You've got to find your way out. You've got to call it what it is. There's no way of regulating the relationship. It goes up, down, they're doing this, that. You emotionally can't keep up with it all. You've got to call it, identify it. Narcissistic, institutional, systemized abuse. So that's episode 1 of this Covert Female Narcissism. In episode 2, entitled Why Female Narcissism is So Hard to Detect, I will expose how culture itself protects this pattern and why you were trained to miss it. Viewers, just encourage me, like and subscribe, help somebody else by sharing this video, and educate me by making a comment. I'd appreciate that. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub. Count straight. There is a religious channel, Pro Theologist, as well. Thanks for coming in, and bye for now.